morning.
Good morning, and good morning it is.
Stephen St. John.
I am the greatest.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
All around is watching us, the Mexicans. And I feel proud about represent Mexico. ¡Viva México, cabrones!
Welcome to New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here? Spartans! What is your profession? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is that why you are here? It's time!
New Day with SSJ is presented by Walker Medical Linen Services, locally owned and operated, and HLAC certified, meeting the highest industry standards. Walker has partnerships with hospitals, surgery centers, and medical clinics in and around the metro area. Walker Medical Linen Services in Kansas City and online at walkermls.com.
The Kansas City Royals.
Now the payoff pitch. And Tatis hits it sharply up the middle into center field, and a base hit. Wade will come in to score, and the Padres lead for the first time today, 2-1 here in the...
Nobody out, a run in for the Padres here in the eighth. Runners at first and second for Manny Machado. To right, and that's it for a base hit for Machado. From second base coming around to score is Tatis, and the Padres take a 3-1 lead. Manny Machado driving in a run.
Pass Quintino to second. Salvi to first. Nelson Velasquez to the plate. Velasquez laces it deep to center. Merrill's back. It's over his head and off the wall. That's Quintino around third. He scores. Blanco like lightning comes in to tie the game. And Nelson Velasquez. The 2-1. Scott to right. Tatis backpedals. He's underneath it. Makes the catch. Velasquez tags. Here's the throw. Offline. Royals win. Nick Lofton.
Yeah, I mean, very emotional moment for the team, you know, I think, and just coming back, continuing to come back, you know, didn't look good, you know, all that, whatever narrative it is there, but really what I thought about right there was how important it was the first night and the second night to get in their bullpen again, because they didn't have Suarez or Estrada and those guys, and that's what playing every out of every game can do for you. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Matsui. He's got great stuff, but that's not how they usually finish games. And so you put people in uncomfortable spots, and sometimes it works to your advantage. And so these guys just continuing to play every out is what helped us in that situation right there.
Now you scared me.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is a new day with SSJ. My name is Stephen St. John. That's Todd Leabo, Jake Gutierrez. Two new interns that you'll meet over the course of the summer. And, of course, you listening. Thank you so much for listening to Sports Radio 810 WHB. If you have not listened for a while, or you've been living under a rock. I don't like when people say that.
Why?
I don't know. Because nobody lives under a rock.
Ah, sure they do. Like a little
lizard or
a roly-poly.
Well,
Worms.
Right.
If you're a worm, you may not know.
Right. This is, first of all,
standing ovation for yourself?
For Jake.
He
for
did
that,
a good job.
For that intro.
He tricked you, too.
Yeah.
He gave you a trick.
I like that. We're going to do that tomorrow when Nate's here. That's going to be good. He got me. And so I'm not going to take a whole lot of time to go through this again. This is, look, this is a new show, but it's the same show.
Same show.
But it's a different show.
But it's the same
Same
show.
vibe,
Yeah.
whatever. Because Nate Bukaty is no longer the full-time co-host. On Mondays, my co-host is going to be Todd Leabo.
When available.
Unless he wants to work out at
There'll
8.
be lots of times I won't.
Or something.
Be here
There'll be a lot of times you will.
No.
But predominantly, Todd Leabo will be my co-host on Mondays. When he's in town.
Didn't even need the alarm today. Just woke up.
Oh, really?
I'm so excited.
Hey, welcome to my life. I don't need it to wake up, but then when I look at the clock, I'll say, you know what? I could snooze for 15 minutes more. That's then when I need it. Because you know what? I sleep best after 3:45 a.m.
That's the perfect
Right. That's
time.
when I really settle in.
It's great for your schedule.
Right.
It's really perfect for the schedule.
When I know that I have to get out of bed in half an hour, that's when I can really settle in and
That's
good
when you hit the
REM.
fall
deep
right to
REM
sleep. And I'm like,
yeah.
this is great.
That
Yeah.
deep
Why
REM.
is my bed so comfortable? And so when in town, Nate Bukaty will be in here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Do we know? No, we don't. Like maybe all 4 hours, maybe 2 hours, whatever he can do.
Whatever we can do.
2 and 2.
I'm
That's
sure
what,
it'll be week to week.
That's what Chuck
Woolery
Woolery used to say. In love,
Yeah.
we'll be back in 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Welcome
to
back
give you a little
welcome back to the
second
Love Connection.
on the beginning and the end of the break.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
So when in town, when available, Nate will be here most Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Then on Thursdays, sometimes I'll have a co-host. Sometimes it'll be Gary Dieter and Anthony Sherman. Sometimes it won't. Jeff Chidilla is going to be thrown in there. Matt Beasler. See, I don't want to name everybody because then I'll leave some people out. But we have a good roster.
Fluid.
A fluid roster. Is that right?
Fluid situation.
We have different people that I'm going to call upon from time to time to be my guest co-host.
And like Friday mornings, Stan is always here early till 8-ish. So
And Grenhard's always here in the 9 o'clock hour.
9 o'clock hour.
And we have the Blitz or the Fast Break. So Fridays, I don't really need a co-host, but sometimes I'll have a co-host because I want to just hang out with somebody.
Yes.
And so there's going to be different people that...
You're the constant.
Yeah.
Except when you called me this morning, you said, I'm not coming in.
Right.
I said, you're a liar. I hear
I like
the
to do
wind
that.
in your car while you're
Right,
driving.
I was driving. Like, you got to do the show today. I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
So that's
Today
it.
would be a great day for me to start this.
Yeah, I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
And so that's it. And we're going to get creative. There's one guest co-host that Jake doesn't even know about that I'm pretty excited about that we're going to have. I've set up tentatively for 13th, 14th, 15th. The Monday, I think, the day after Father's Day. Was that 17th?
That's about right.
June 17th. We're going to have somebody that is a rising national personality.
Ooh.
That's on TV and that is that's involved in sports, that has created a pretty big name for himself now, that I found out, and he's from the area, but I found out he was on one of the news stations being interviewed, and they were asking him about different bucket list stuff, and he said one of his bucket lists was to sit in and co-host the Border Patrol, right? And he's a big fan of the show, and he'd reach out to me a couple years ago, said, hey man, I was listening to the show on the way to the airport, I dig it, maybe we can collab at some point.
Collab.
And we've kind of gone back and forth, and so
17th maybe.
I don't want to give it away, but
Don't give it away.
I'll tell you guys in the commercial break about something.
Maybe in a
That would
private
give it away.
meeting.
Right, I'll do that in a private meeting with you.
That's my anniversary. That's an opportunity to say that's my anniversary.
Right.
I love my wife.
Oh, is this your anniversary?
No, the
today?
17th would be.
Oh, the 17th. Okay.
Yeah.
And so there'll be different people.
Yeah, I'll be happy to do that in a private meeting with you.
That some people that you've gotten to know over the years on the show, and some new people like that co-host.
New.
So new day
New
with SSJ.
Day.
So, and you know what? I wanted to put my name in the title finally for the first time since I hosted the Stephen St. John show. Because as Jake put it, I'm a big attention whore. So
Nothing like hosting the night show on the daytime only radio station. We really gave you the good slot there.
Yeah. There were times where
we didn't tell you that we've been off the air for 3 hours.
The nighttime show, a few times lasted 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
One time it lasted 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, but hey.
What time's the sun go down?
I was able to fill it.
Yeah.
I was able to fill the time.
Hey, you know what we would do? We'd give you the full 3 hours in the summer when there's nothing going on. That was the greatest for you.
That's right. And those were the days where, hey, you're going to do a show at this bar.
Mm-hmm.
Here's all the equipment.
Go hook this up.
Go set it up. You're not real sure how to set it up.
Find out if the bar manager knows anything about a dedicated phone line.
Show up there. They'd have no idea I was doing a remote.
Yeah.
Didn't quite want me there. But then I just said, you know what?
It sounded like they may have been sold by some people who are still here.
A power outlet and give me a dedicated phone line, and I'll make magic happen. I'll have 4 or 5 people listening to this thing before the night's over.
Whether you want them or not.
Right. So those are the good old days. So here we are, and we will move on.
How many times
What?
When you come back or go to break over the next week, will you say it wrong?
A lot.
Okay.
No.
Let's put a number on it.
I don't think it will be a lot.
2.5's a number.
Sometimes, like, just out of habit, you know. I think I'm hoping I'll be.
I think 2.5's a good over-under.
For a week?
We had this conversation at the Italian festival over the weekend.
2.5?
One of my friends, after I went on a profanity-laced tirade about something, one of my friends said, I'm amazed that you don't curse more on the air.
Yeah.
And I said, there's a discipline to it, and I feel like I get it all out of my system, and then I come
home
in
with
here.
your kids.
Right. Just, well, trust me. No, but just it's I've been known to have a filthy mouth, but that's all right.
There's some filthy mouths around this building.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
And we do pretty good on the air without saying the words.
No, so I think I'll be able to. I might slip up a time or two. Jake says no.
2.5's an over-under.
A lot. You said I think I'll do a lot. I don't think it'll be a lot.
Because a lot of times when I'm coming back from break, I say, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, just the show.
Yeah, just the show.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Welcome back to the show.
I would only say Border Patrol at the beginning. And
that just counts. You just
every
said
once in a while.
Oh,
no, I'm talking about in talking about things. It's descriptive.
No,
I didn't announce it.
I'm counting that as one of those.
It's not.
Sure.
The Royals won 4-3.
Whew.
And they averted disaster. Well, not disaster, but a sweep at the hands of the Padres. That was not going well. And it looked like the Royals were going to get swept. And so I know that they lost a couple of games in Minnesota where they had a chance to win it in the 9th inning. And we said, you know what? It sucks, but there's going to be times where they're able to pull out the magic and pull out the victory in the 9th inning, and it'll make up for it. And one of those times was Sunday, as they were down 3-1 in the 9th inning, and they put up 3 runs in the 9th and get the walk-off victory 4-3 over the San Diego Padres. And so that was a big deal. I mean, that was a big deal because they had that tough series in Minnesota, losing 3 out of 4. And then, you come home and get swept by the Padres, and that's going to leave a mark. But thankfully, Vinny Pasquantino singled. Salvi walked.
Big walk by Salvi.
And then
that was kind of like big deal in the inning. He's normally a free swinger. He wants to go up and hit the ball.
There was a time that any walk from Salvi was a big deal, but he's shown
a great job this year.
Absolutely. And then Nelson Velasquez, he comes through again. He has turned things around, and he has become a very productive hitter in this lineup. As you heard the highlights, the triple brings Pasquantino and Blanco home before Nick Lofton walks it off with a sac fly to bring Velasquez home, and the Royals win 4-3. I mean, that was huge. That was, and we've talked about this quite a bit in the last week or so, how important June is and what a difficult schedule June has for the Royals because, they're off today. Then, oh boy, it's Cleveland. Here we go. We've been waiting for the showdown. They play 7 games against Cleveland this month, and sandwiched in between because they get Cleveland for the next 3 on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then they get Cleveland for 4 at the end of the month, and then sandwiched in the middle of the month is a 1-week stretch where they have 4 games against the Yankees and 3 games against the Dodgers.
Heard of them?
And so you're talking about, I do like it if they win, but that's 14 games this month against elite competition.
Yeah,
right? And they played good team. I know that, and then they're sprinkled in some games against the Marlins. They see the A's. I know they got a series against the Rangers, and we should mention them because they're the defending champs, but the Royals have seen them already. But 3 games against Cleveland to start the month.
First place team.
Right. 4 games against Cleveland to end the month.
First place
and then
team.
right in the middle. 4 against the Yankees and 3 against the Dodgers.
First place team.
Big deal.
First place team.
Right.
And they're Seattle in the middle too? Are they playing Seattle too?
But they've seen them.
Yeah, but that's also
a
first place team.
Right.
That's what they're doing. They're just playing. They had that chunk of about 20 games after they got done with the White Sox, but it was like, all right, are you real or not? You know, they were tracking that on the program in the afternoon. What can you do in this 19 games? I remember them talking about that a bunch. And they did all right. They were 10-9. All right, you passed the test. And they've continued to go. Well, this is a different test. This is like AP calculus or something when you're going to be dealing with Cleveland, Seattle, New York, L.A. Whew. These next 3 series will probably tell a lot about the year. And if you would have gone into all of that on their first 4-game losing streak of the year, their first losing sweep of the year, with an off day to chew on it before you get on the plane and go to Cleveland, that wouldn't have been great. So yesterday is one of those things that can just kind of keep that fire going a little bit. But I'll tell you what, man, I have been so impressed all year with the fact that this team just doesn't give up. I mean, Friday night looked terrible. They gave up 9 runs in the 8th inning.
They fought back.
And they still fought back. I mean, they do that all the time. And there's something to be said for that. And they're fighting back with one hand behind their back with the outfield lineup that's up there a bunch of times, right? But they still find a way to keep grinding and fighting. And that just tells you a lot about this team. And, you know, Q yesterday is not going to say it's the biggest game ever or whatever, because that's just not the way he's wired. And that's the perfect way to be the manager of a team when you have to play 162 games, is not to get too high or too low. But I don't think you can discount how big that one was, just for their psyche, I think. Because there's something to fight back and almost win a bunch of times. But to fight back and walk it off like that, there was a pretty nice crowd out there, too. You know, it was only a 3-game series. Big Slick was in town, the whole 9 yards. It was pretty good crowds out there for those games. And there's been some Sundays that weren't that packed up. It looked nice on the TV yesterday. And they stuck around and they got rewarded for it. Now they get to, you know, go home early last night, chill a little bit today, get on the plane, go to Cleveland. And this is big. This is a big series, man. I can't wait for it.
You know, and Velasquez, his hits have come few and far between, because I was expecting better numbers as far as the slash line, because the last couple of weeks he's hitting 211. Last 3 weeks he's hitting 207 with but the slugging percentage, 569 over the last 21 days, 684 the last 2 weeks. What you look at, though, is his production. In the last week, even though he's hitting 167, he has 3 homers and 7 ribbies. And over the last 21 days, he's driven in 15 runs. And so I don't care what his average is.
Right, just go.
If he's driving in runs and hitting home runs and coming through in the clutch, that's what they need, because they have not gotten enough production from their outfield in their DH spot. But at least he's driving runs in, and he came up with a huge hit. One of the biggest hits of the year.
And like, you just felt after he's on third base with no one out, there's no way they're not winning that game. That's how I felt. I mean, like, this team right here, they've done this.
It will be very difficult for them not to win that game.
Yeah. And they did it immediately, which was even better. Even better. It was good. 21,000 there yesterday. And, you know, you'd say, oh, that's not that many people. But from some of the Sunday crowds they've had, that was pretty good.
Dude, there were a lot of things going on in Kansas City.
So much stuff this weekend.
So you had Big Slick.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Italian Festival on Saturday. They had a record crowd. They had more people than they've ever had out there. They had did you see the crowd at the Tacos and tequila concert out at Legends Field on Saturday
Hill
night?
was on Saturday.
Hospital Hill run. They had the Goats opener.
Yeah.
On Saturday night.
70. How many points?
We put up 77.
77.
I'm trying to, hey.
77.
We'll talk to the coach later, but that was fun. That was a lot of fun. That municipal auditorium. There were a million things going on around Kansas City, and so for them to get good crowds out there, and why wouldn't you want to go out there if you're free, if you're available to go out and see a really good baseball team? And the weather, I know, was Saturday was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
There was no rain. Saturday was perfect. There was some rain to deal with on Friday and on Sunday, but not enough to keep baseball fans away.
You know how I knew Hospital Hill was happening? Because I ran in it.
Wow.
No, actually I didn't.
Did you really?
But we went to.
You didn't do that.
We went down. My wife, sometimes she'll say, we should go down and walk by the river walk, down by the current stadium and all that,
right.
By the river or something. And I was like, well, yeah, of course, because we don't have anywhere we could walk near our home.
Right.
We might as well drive somewhere to walk. I'm kidding. I love her very much. It was a wonderful date we went on. So we got up, we walked down there, and we went and had breakfast, and there's some ladies came in with some Hospital Hill shirts on. I'm like, oh, well, they must have done more than walk this morning, because we had a nice walk along the river, but we didn't run a half marathon or a 5K or anything like that. But I saw that. I said, it must have been today, because Hospital Hill, back at Channel 4, that was the first thing an intern did, was you went down on that Saturday morning and you helped get audio and video of whoever won Hospital Hill.
Sure.
That's intern season. That's what Hospital Hill meant back then. Did not run it, though. But I did have a big omelet with sausage and cheese.
Oh, you ate?
And hash browns. I ate on Saturday morning.
Good for you.
Yeah. That's what I did while these the ladies, I saw them getting Bloody Marys, so they had finished the race already.
Sure.
So they had big slice of bacon in their Bloody Marys.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's a meal.
So today on the show, we're going to...
you don't know what's happening.
What do you want me to say about 7:30?
You just say it's a possible special guest. I know who it is.
Yeah, and so Leabo knows who it is.
like this.
But I'm not talking. We're not telling you.
like
Because it may not happen.
Yeah, because there is a chance that...
But how am I supposed to prepare for it?
You don't need to prepare.
Yeah, you don't need to prepare for it.
It's not someone you don't know.
Yeah, it's someone you know.
We're not going to...
I know, but I still need to prepare questions or
No,
like
you
what
don't.
I...
You'll be fine.
Nah. You trust me.
You're
you
freaking
you
trained
don't need-
professional.
You don't need questions for this guy. This guy will
Oh, it's
ask
a guy.
you
He
the
just gave you a
questions.
hint.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Is it Whitlock?
No.
Oh, my God.
I
We
thought
wouldn't do
about
that.
I
I know. I'm sure you did think about it. That's why I'm
No.
like...
I thought about doing that to you, but no. I did not.
Just don't worry about it.
Is he going to make me mad?
No.
No.
Make you
no,
very
no,
happy.
no.
If it happens,
You-
you'll
I'll be happy if
you'll
it
be
happens.
bubbling.
If it happens, it'll put a big smile on your face.
Okay.
Big, huge smile. Be as happy
Because
as you've
there
been
are
all
different
day.
types of surprises.
No, this is a good surprise.
This is a good one.
It's a good one.
This is a good one. It's a good one for you. It's a good one for Kansas City.
Let's just don't think about it anymore. Set up the rest of the show.
Because, I mean, I just don't want it to fall through. Because there is a chance that...
Have they been on the show before?
Yes.
Absolutely. Don't worry about it. That's no more questions. We're not playing 20 questions.
Well, I'm trying to promote 7:30, and I don't know what to say.
Stay tuned
Don't miss
for
it.
a special guest.
Possible special
who
guest
Steven
at
doesn't know who it is. But he knows who it is.
Is it my dad?
No. We couldn't get him.
Well,
I
I'll
could.
tell you something. Based on what had him, there's a few people that couldn't get him this weekend. There was I got some.
He get loose at Italian Fest?
I'd love to hear that story. All of them.
8 o'clock. What do we got then?
Scott Carroll, former pitcher for the Chicago White Sox, Liberty native, will be in studio with us to talk baseball. We're going to have Dorsey Golston III, the head coach of the Kansas City Goats Arena football team, to talk about the game and what that experience was like. Former high school star here in Kansas City and played his college football at Wyoming. So,
Wyoming.
Yeah.
A cowboy.
How about that?
Jeff Chadea is a Wyoming cowboy as well.
Yeah, so maybe we could...
Wyoming stories.
Right.
You have any Wyoming stories? You been?
No.
Never?
I'd like to.
Thinking about going there next year.
Seems like a place I'd like to go.
If I was
Maybe going to Yellowstone. That's in Wyoming.
Yellowstone,
Yeah.
then you wouldn't want to go to Wyoming if you're staying at the Yellowstone.
No, but the Yellowstone National Park is in Wyoming.
Right, yes.
Yeah. But I'm not staying at like the
show.
Yellowstone
Have
Ranch.
you seen
no.
the show?
I've seen the show.
Okay, you know what they do in Wyoming?
Well, you don't want to take me to the train station. I know that.
Right.
I'm not going there.
That's in Wyoming.
No, don't scare my wife. I've just
Rip-
got her
Rip-
convinced that going to
Rip will whip your ass.
going
You know
to
that?
Yellowstone
Rip's
National
the
Park
best.
would be
Rip
a
is
fun
the best.
thing.
I want to be Rip when I grow up.
Well,
Yeah,
you know
you've
what?
been Rip.
You've put things in coolers before, so you can identify.
You've
right?
got a lot of Rip
Yes.
to you. You had some Rip.
You put that snake in the cooler. That was the best thing ever. We will.
That's not what he put in the cooler though, is
Yeah,
it?
it was a snake.
Everything. Yeah, most different. All right.
Cut the head off that snake.
So we've got some post-game sound from the Royals' victory over the Padres. We have a guest that they refuse to tell me who it is.
Yes.
At 7:30.
Yes.
We'll find out there's more surprises. I don't know. But thank you for joining us. We'll be back after this on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Welcome back to the show. This is New Day with SSJ.
Nailed it.
I almost gave you the finger, but I forgot we're on streaming right now.
Well, that's okay. It's the internet. Give me the finger if you want.
Can I? Can I?
Absolutely. Yeah, there it is. Double bird. Take that, YouTube.
I got you. Well, you don't want to look at me now. They got him.
I'm looking at you.
That went right to his soul.
Listen to me.
The double bird.
Oh, you're 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Good job.
2 of them.
So 8:53 yesterday morning, I get a text.
On a Sunday?
On a Sunday morning, 8:53 in the morning.
Oh, boy, if somebody texted me Sunday morning, they would hear it.
I get a screenshot.
Or they would never hear it because I'd never text them back.
I get
What?
this screenshot. You see what that says? To score of a game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Sherm.
Sherm sends me this text. It's got the screenshot of UConn 4, Oklahoma 1. It says, one more win to come down there and take over, baby. 8:53 in the morning on Sunday.
Good. Good. Way to go, Sherm.
Now,
let me say it again.
That was Saturday night. Oklahoma and UConn are playing baseball, and it was their kid. This dude threw 124 pitches. This is college baseball, baby.
It's good.
Ain't no pitch counts.
Good for you. It's healthy.
And I said,
Boddicker loves that.
I said that's UConn pitcher was great. Whatever. He said he pitched the game of his life. I said,
So what's the next game?
So I said it's a long road back for the Sooners now, right? They're going to have to beat Duke yesterday and then turn around and play UConn again to force another game. Well, what happened? Sooners won them both. So now tonight, winner take all. UConn and Duke.
Oh, really?
At 8 bells tonight. So tomorrow morning, tonight, who's texting who? That's the question.
We'll see.
Did they not kill the snake and cut the head off? Oklahoma not dead yet? I don't know. We'll see. It's hard when you lose one of those games because then, like, UConn didn't have to do anything. Now they're just waiting.
How about this?
They had to win it. And, by the way, congratulations to K-State.
Kansas State baseball headed to the NCAA Super Regionals for the first time since 2013. They defeated Southeast Missouri State,
SEMO for the
Fayetteville
advance.
Regional. What the hell happened to Arkansas?
Well, they got beat by SEMO and K-State. K-State beat them on Saturday, and then SEMO beat them yesterday. So then SEMO had to turn around and was going to have to beat K-State twice. Same kind of situation we're talking about when you have a loss, how hard it is. But K-State has played great.
Now they got to play Virginia.
They're going to go to Virginia. Virginia's very good. But listen, K-State was barely in the field. They were like, everyone's like, are they going to make it? And they made it. By the way, West Virginia has also advanced out of the Big 12. So West Virginia has moved on. That's shocked a lot of people. They were the 3 seed in the Tucson Regional. Had to go all the way out to Arizona. And they've advanced. They're going to play either Carolina or LSU. They'll play today. Texas is out. Oklahoma State is advanced. It's the Big 12! No, Oklahoma State lost last night. So they got to play Florida again today. See if they advance. But the SEC, listen.
That drunk guy with no shirt on that goes to the football games, I bet he's happy.
Oh, my gosh. Disaster. But Arkansas really loves their baseball. They think they're very good, but this is very disappointing.
They're going to have to wear that one for a while.
Yeah.
Well,
when you lose to SEMO.
At least they got football right around the corner.
Is Sam Pittman still the coach?
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
He's got Bobby Petrino in there to be to take over for him when he gets fired.
John Calipari's on campus.
Look, dude,
on campus.
That's all about basketball for them now.
It's a basketball school.
It's all about basketball.
But it's pretty good. Kentucky's
they're
moved
gonna
on.
get lit up in
Tennessee's moved
football
on.
season.
But tonight, it's the big one for me and Sherm. The Norman Regional.
That's exciting.
This thing doesn't start till 8 bells tonight on ESPN+. Last night, I fell asleep because I had to wake up early to come do this. So it was 3:03 when I fell asleep last night, and I woke up this morning. I rolled over at like 12:30. I said, should I check my phone and see what happened? I said, no, I'll just sleep. And I slept, and when I woke up this morning with no alarm to come have a new day with SSJ, first thing I checked was that. And I'm like, all right, Sherm. And I didn't text him.
It's bad to do that. It's bad to look at your phone in the middle of the night.
That's why I didn't do it.
The blue light.
Yeah.
It's bad on your eyes.
That's why I didn't do it. That's why I waited until it was wake-up time.
Good boy.
I checked the score. And apparently, how about this? So it was 4-3 Oklahoma, and then there was the bases were loaded, and a dude cleared the bases with a double, but apparently one of the dudes didn't touch third base. So they took one
appeal?
They appealed it, I guess. I didn't see the video, but how often do you see that actually work? And how bad are you at running that you missed third base?
Well, good call and paying attention.
Absolutely. Missed third base.
Probably third baseman. Coach.
Yeah, the coach over there, someone, probably the third baseman.
So what were you saying about cutting off a head of a snake?
It happens.
Gunther.
The only way to kill
Is
someone.
you bite off the head of the snake, the rest of the thing, it wiggles for a while, but it'll die.
Oh, Gunther, R.I.P.
So later on out today, actually right after the show, I'm going to MC the Joe McGuff ALS Golf Classic, which will feature George Brett and Tom Watson out at Lionsgate. And I was up because I'm going to do usually do the Q&A, little panel discussion afterwards. So I was preparing some questions for a panel of guests and just going over the script because I MC the morning as everyone's getting ready to tee off, and then for the people that are taking part in the Joe McGuff ALS Golf Classic, and you've seen this up close, Tom Watson does a little mini clinic for everyone, and basically just he'll okay, what can I help somebody with? And everyone's gathered around, and you have this like 20-minute opportunity to ask Tom Watson
how to do this
about I'm having trouble with this.
It's
or I'm having
awesome,
trouble with
and
that.
sometimes it applies to like I remember one year is like super windy out. And
Yeah.
someone's like, how do we hit a knockdown shot against the wind?
Oh, let me show you.
Yeah, and
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
so
like
you where
one
you
of
put your
those-
feet,
And George Brett's standing right there, and he'll ask questions. It's one of those like, pinch me. What's going on right
it's
now?
wild.
And so you have that, and then they play their round of golf, and then afterwards I go back and MC the awards during the dinner, very informal, and then have a Q&A with the panel discussion and everything else.
chat.
Yeah, it's fun. It's wonderful. I've been lucky enough to do it for over a decade. Hopefully, as George always says, at some point we'll
Not do this anymore.
Yeah, we'll get there where we don't need to have this golf tournament because that means they've found a cure. We're not there yet, but a lot of great local athletes. I think Scotty Carroll's going to be out there. I recruited him. He's going to play in the tournament today, and so it's a great event, and I'm lucky to be a part of it. And so that'll be. So I was up a little bit later than I should have been, just preparing for that because I wanted to read through the script to make sure I get all the pronunciations of the sponsors right, and and so then I couldn't sleep right away, and I channel surfed briefly, and guess what I ended up watching way too much of, and it was on, I think it was on one of the HBO channels, so it was
no commercials.
But more importantly, it was all the curse words. And I forgot how much I love this movie and how hard it made me laugh. I know there's people now that would watch it and get super offended, but hey, that's the way life is. Harlem Nights.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Red
Haven't seen that
Fox.
forever.
But the give and take between Red Fox and Della Reese, I laughed, and Susan watched a little bit of it. I was laughing so
I need
hard.
to watch that again.
And there were so many good people, like Danny Aiello is the Detective Phil Cantone, who's shaken down. Sugar Ray, who was played by Richard Pryor, and Eddie Murphy, and Red Fox. And remember Robin Harris, Bebe's Kids?
Bebe's
He's
Kids.
in it before he passed away. I mean, it was all. I can't remember the last time I watched it,
Yeah.
because sometimes it'll come on cable.
It's not as good.
And here's the deal. You can't remove the curse words from Harlem Nights and just have it be
Have
as
it
funny.
Be the show, yeah.
And then that's another one you forget about Eddie Murphy when he had his run of
1989.
hits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was right my junior year of high school. You don't think I love that?
Oh.
And, I was thinking about you. I wonder how long it's been since.
I haven't seen that in a long
Right.
time. I need to turn that on. So it's probably on. It's on HBO. I can just
It's
find
running.
It on Max.
It's running.
And just get it there. That'd be good.
New Red Fox is so funny.
I saw this deal. Like Red Fox when Sanford Son started, he was like 52 years old.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
yeah.
And that makes, like, how we are at our age. We're like, is that what we look like? Are we that old looking?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that.
Yeah.
Because he looked like
Shut
a
up, dummy.
really old man.
Well, look, I think, Jake, before we break, check the math on this. I'm older now than Wilford Brimley was in Cocoon.
Yes. He was like 49
Am
when
I
they
not?
started filming that. I remember seeing that somewhere.
I think I'm older now than Tom Bosley was when he was Mr. Cunningham in Happy Days. People kind of looked older back in the day.
They
I don't
did.
know.
It's a harder life. You're living right.
Brimley was 49
Yeah.
when he was cast and rolled, turning 50 during filming.
Yes. I'm older than Wilford Brimley was in Cocoon. You really like that, don't you?
I mean,
Huh?
he was such an old guy.
That's, yeah.
But I mean, to your point, it's like he looked older than 49
Right.
in Cocoon. I mean, he was
Right.
a senior citizen. That's
Well,
what
I know-
he was playing a character of a senior citizen.
I know his commercial. He's known for the diabetes.
Diabetes.
But what's the?
Do you remember Our House?
Yes.
What was it? What? Damn it! What oatmeal or what?
Oh,
it was
Quaker.
Quaker Oats.
Remember
Quaker
Quaker
Oats.
But he was always pissed off. He was a healthy way to start and a tasty way to do it. Those commercials. But he'd be pissed off if you weren't eating your Quaker Oats. Or if you
Red
tried to
Fox
switch
was
something.
50
Yeah.
when Sanford and Son,
I'm older
first-
than Red Fox was when he was on Sanford and Son,
when it started.
which was one of my favorites.
Yes.
You know, I still like Grady.
Are we that old?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, I don't think we look it, but I feel it. You feel good though.
I
You
feel
look great. You look
good.
like you're 39 or something like that.
39.
I don't know.
Except for the.
I don't
except
know
for
what
the
the company
no
is.
You know,
hair.
when I was a kid and got a hold of a nickel, I thought I was rich. I didn't turn up my nose at pennies either.
He's
Today,
pissed.
some folks won't even bend to pick them up. Well, here's a bowl of steaming Quaker oatmeal. And I can't think of a healthier way to start the day. Cost you 1 nickel and 4 pennies. So if you can't be bothered with nickels and pennies, throw them in a jar. Start an oatmeal fund. Quaker Oats. It's the right thing to do. Not too expensive either.
He's halfway pissed off.
He's
like
angry at you.
You know, why aren't people doing this?
Why don't people pick up
You don't
those
even
pennies and nickels?
bend down to pick up coins.
People won't even Venmo me 9 cents.
Put them in a jar.
Start an oatmeal fund.
What the hell is wrong with you? You know,
Say
you don't want to
something,
piss him
Wilbur.
off.
Oatmeal's gone up. It's not 9 cents.
Yeah, I was
for
going
a
to say,
serving
where's this
oatmeal
at?
anymore.
Let's take a break while Jake looks for more Wilford Brimley videos. We'll be right back after this on WHP. There was a tweet from your man Curtis K-Dog.
K-Dog?
It made me laugh out loud yesterday. Can I read it?
Yeah.
Because I think Curtis speaks for many with this tweet. Because there's nothing more that I like than during a Royals game to check out social media and see how many people are mad about not being able to watch it or dealing with the Bally's app.
Yeah, I had a little issue with the Bally's
Oh,
app
really?
yesterday.
K-Dog said, the Bally's app sucks so hard. That's good. Every time I watch it, the first time I try to rewind, it takes me back to the point where I started watching, and you can't just hold the fast forward button down and roll. You have to do it in 15-second increments. I mean, what year is this?
2024.
And a lot of people share that sentiment.
My issue I have with the Bally's app, so I was watching the game, and then we left, and if you have to kind of like back all the way out of the app, and when you come back, start fresh, because you don't want to like leave the app hanging and then turn the TV off, at least in my life, because then you come back and it's just in this little like freaking purgatory where it won't go.
No man's land.
Yeah. So I went to a different TV in my palatial estate.
Right.
You know, and it worked out there. I watched the end on the porch.
I always have a lot of trouble with Watch ESPN, but
Watch ESPN just logs you out every time. At least Bally's doesn't log you out every second. Every time, if I go to another television in my home, you know, ESPN will have me logged out, and then it's going through the process of, you know, putting in the code QQBX5 blah blah blah.
I hate to do this. I'll give you credit. Best thing I ever did is what'd you tell me to do? It's been probably about a year now. What'd you tell me to do?
Stop drinking?
Wow.
No. What was it?
Stop using credit cards.
Well,
I've tapered that.
Good boy.
I've slowed down.
How many shirts you buy this weekend?
For me?
Yeah.
One.
What did I tell you to do a year ago? What was the advice?
How do I watch TV? You don't remember this? You're the one that walked me through this whole thing.
YouTube TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best decision
Saving
I ever
money.
made.
Saving money.
But well, you know, you can't watch the Royals on it.
Right.
It's been, I've never had an issue with it one time.
It doesn't log out. It doesn't do anything.
Now that I say that.
It doesn't log out. It works.
It's been fantastic.
It has. It absolutely has.
And I feel for the people that have issues. Jake has been wanting to say something so bad.
I just feel like I'm on an island.
I feel like you are because everyone bitches about this to me.
I don't have a problem with it, but I also clear the cache on all my apps. Like when I'm done with them. Like
yeah.
I mean, so it's like
that helps.
Yeah.
Especially like if you have if you're watching on like your iPad or an Apple TV, and then you have a Roku, and then you have a smart TV, or you have a Chromecast. They all kind of treat it differently.
Yeah,
I seem to have more problems with the Apple TV working with Bally's.
I wonder. Yeah, as guys are gonna say, I wonder because I have a Fire Stick, and I can't recall having any major.
I know
issues.
Drake has all kinds of issues with his Apple TV and the Bally's app,
yeah.
and that's usually the one that I have.
And you're saying Drake's dumb?
No, Drake's the smartest man I might know.
I mean, damn.
But that's what I'm saying. It might be the whatever, you know.
There's all different ways that people right.
Whatever device you're using.
So maybe whatever you're
the
doing
app.
is the right way to do it.
The Fire Stick works great.
Here's what we know. Who makes that?
Amazon.
And they know how to stream.
Right.
I mean that thing works.
Yeah.
So.
Wait. Oh. I bought 2 shorts on Amazon over the weekend.
There you go. See?
And 3 hats.
They got you.
The hats.
And 2 bags.
How many heads do you have?
How many bags? Bags?
Well, you bought another bag, like another little sling bag?
bag?
No, just different. Something.
Well,
you know,
explain the bags to us.
Like a shaving kit bag for a trip. I got a trip coming up, and I needed a new one.
You needed a new one?
Need a dob kit.
Because your other one was what?
Lost. I can't find it.
Yeah. You know what I use for my dob kit? It's a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
But also, I needed a big because I like to carry. I don't like to buy a little travel size because it's more expensive. Big. I just take what I have. I don't want to buy new. You know.
Yeah.
I like whatever. So it's
you probably
roomy and it hangs. I like it. It's got all this bells and whistles.
You take too many. creams and elixirs on your trips anyways.
Because what if I need it?
His man care.
He needs his cocoa butter.
What if I need it and I don't have it?
Then what?
This is what I preach, okay? I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
My bag.
That's why I have a wardrobe in my car.
You have a lot, just in case.
I've got enough clothes where I can live comfortably someplace in the woods for 10.
Not in the woods.
For 10 days.
Not in the woods.
I got enough clothes.
Yeah, and
all
all of the cocoa butters too. You're set.
Sure. Well, no, not now because I don't have the bag.
Where's your bag?
Okay. I'd rather have it than not need it, than need it and not have it.
This is literally my kit that I put in my backpack or my bag to go somewhere. I know this is at least a 12-year-old Ziploc. Jake, you'll appreciate this. Reuse.
You can see everything.
Because when we went to Philmont Scout Ranch in 2012, they told you to put like things in Ziploc bags. You put your underwear, your socks, and things, because if you were going to get wet, then that, if your backpack got wet, the stuff inside would be prepared and be protected a little bit. Somehow, I and my buddy Rob, we had our kids out there, and we were tent mates, whatever. Somehow some of the Ziploc bags got confused, and I know the Ziploc bag I have has his handwriting on it because it says like 4 socks or something like that. So I have my friend's 12-year-old Ziploc bag is what my...
It says 4 socks on it?
It says 4 socks on it, his handwriting. Maybe I should get online.
Oh, I'm sorry. I bought a pair of shoes
and he bought some shoes.
And another bag at Kohl's. And 18 pairs of socks.
You didn't buy 18 socks.
I did. They're not just for me because guess what? No. Guess what?
They steal your socks, don't they?
I like Adidas socks, right?
Yeah.
And then guess who else likes them now? Selena. And then guess who else likes them now? Julia. And guess who else likes them now? Susan.
Here's the real question.
And so now what I did was I had what's now been known as the sock bag.
Yeah.
That I put all those socks in and I hid it. So then I just had my stash of socks. And guess what? They found it. And now, I have I got a bunch of socks for the week. I'm good. I go back there, and then why do I only have one more pair of socks?
Let me ask you a real question.
Because they like my socks. You know what? They're good socks.
What? Did those socks put a smile on Julia's face? Because nothing does. Nothing does.
No, but I bought her a cake pop at Starbucks.
That give her a smirk?
Yeah, she likes it.
A real smile?
Yeah.
You should have gotten a picture of it.
No. She does. No, you won't get a picture of it.
You got to get her.
She smiles when she sees me. She does.
For some reason, that's true.
Especially when Jake shows up with a cake pop and some socks.
No, I don't need a cake pop. She's like, this is a guy who's as miserable as I am. I like him.
We'll take a break back into this on WHB.